All right, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd share something with you that I haven't ever done really. I put up videos, a lot of them, of us playing with my nitro kit. Okay, my drummer playing with my nitro kit and the band playing with the electronic kit. So one of the problems we've been having is not the sounds, because they're awesome. They sound like an arena kit when we got on the big PA and all that, and the modelers with it. We can get it at any volume we need, etc., etc. But one of the things that's happening is we got two schools of responses to this. One is they love it, and two is they hate it. That means not only the venue owners, but also the patrons. Some love it, some hate it. And like for the side that loves it, you've got venue owners like the guy that I just worked for this weekend. He told me that they had a table of like 17 or 20 people who were complaining about the band the night before because the drummer was so loud, but with real kit. There are some places that just won't accept it, and there's definitely patrons that won't. So in this case, the patrons told the bar owner, hey, if they don't cool it, they don't turn it down, we're out of here. And they didn't turn it down, and they were out of here. Like 20 people got up and left. The bottom line is, we want to do the best of both worlds. We want it to look cool and sound cool. And perception, people hear, they hear with their eyes, as they say. And in this case, when you see this, you automatically think it's terrible because it's small and dinky, right? And it doesn't look like a real drum kit. So we're kind of taking the Rick Allen approach. I've seen Rick Allen multiple times. And basically, he has a kick drum and then some electronic pads with cymbals, real cymbals, and it makes it look, a lot more pro. And the perception's better than him playing some kind of thing like this. So we're going to take that approach. But one of the things we wanted to figure out was, how do we make a real cymbal trigger? And what we found was these low volume cymbals that you can get on Amazon for $100 for the set. And then you have to put this rubber stripping around the edges to keep it from vibrating like a cymbal normally does, right? You don't want it to go tss, you want to go click, and that's it, so that the trigger doesn't double trigger. So here you have your regular old, pad cymbal, and here you have a real low volume cymbal. Now, the way they sound, let me just gotta hit both of them acoustically so you can hear it. This is the regular, you're hearing that through the headphones there. You hear the click, right? Acoustic cymbal. So that's a regular low volume cymbal with the rubber stripping on it. Now, if you put that rubber stripping, or you hit that rubber stripping directly, it's about the same. You hit it there, it's louder. It's more like that, right? So, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, depending on how low we are. But it might not be anything at all on any big stage. You would never hear it in a distance situation. But anyway, that's what we're dealing with. I'm going to show you how to build one of these cymbals. And like I said, I got them on Amazon for $100 for the set. Triggers were like $12 for two or something like that, $6 a piece. And you can just do one trigger per cymbal. And so I didn't spend hardly any money. The stripping was like $10, $12. So, you could build these things for nothing compared to what you can buy, even one trigger cymbal. And it works great, actually. Now, it's not dual zone or anything fancy. It's just going to be a single zone hit, a crash, mostly crashes probably. The rod, the jury's out on whether that's going to work. But the hi-hat will stay electronic. He's got a better hi-hat than this. And the crashes will go to these better looking real cymbals. But I'm going to show you how to build one of these for cheap. And then, if you doubt it's going to work for you, or you have any, issues where you want to just try it, just buy one set of these, cymbals like I did, put the triggers in, and give it a shot. If nothing else, you can use the low volume cymbals just to bring the cymbal volume down. And that works pretty cool too, actually. It's actually pretty cool. You can find lots of videos about that online, of these low volume cymbals. You can hear how they sound. But they're definitely half the volume of a real cymbal. And it's really cool that way. So that's something I'm even considering for when we play regular gigs with real drum kit with cymbals. Let's get into the building of the cymbal, and I hope that gets you where I'm at right now with all this stuff. And I'll put some videos in of us playing live with the kit so you can hear what it looks like, or see what it looks like and hear what it looks like too. Right? You can hear what it sounds like and then see what it looks like. All right, so check that out, and let's get into the cymbal. One more thing, I forgot this about the kick drum. Okay, so we're gonna have a real kick drum under here, and we're gonna have, like I said, the Rick Allen kind of setup. We're gonna have the big kick drum with realish looking cymbals, right? And then the toms will be regular trigger toms like this, and you'll have a regular electronic hat. And like I said, the jury's out on whether this is gonna be good for a ride or not. I mean, it doesn't have a bell on it when it's single zone, so that just depends on what you want. For us, it's, you know, it's not essential. We get that kick drum, but the kick drum actually has a Pentec trigger mounted in a real shell. We used to actually use regular drum kit to trigger everything. And then you have to have lots of outputs and lots of inputs, which again limits some of the situation. Like using this, you only have, you know, this multi-cable thing that's going in and then 2 outputs. So we actually use 2 of these when we're live. One for kick and snare, one for cymbals, and one for toms. And that's how we normally do it when we separate that through 2 of these modules. I think in the future, we're gonna go to Easy Drummer 3 with a little laptop situation and a 4 output interface. And then we'll have 4 outs again, but we'll have better cymbals and everything will be much better with that, I think. But this is our cheap workaround for now. And so anyway, that's what we're doing. Let's show you how to build this cymbal. It's real simple. Like I said, about $100 for these. The stripping was about $20, I think, and then triggers are about $6 a piece. So pretty inexpensive, and it's working. So, you know, I can't guarantee it's going to be great for you, but you could try it cheaply, and after I show you how to build it, and give it a shot. All right, let's do this. All right, here's the rest of the cymbal pack. There's a set of hi-hats here. Of course, you can just use these for whatever, since they're going to be triggering. Doesn't matter, you can use small ones, whatever. All right, this rubber stripping, you get it on Amazon. Get a good bit of it, because I think I only got like 15 feet, and that wasn't nearly enough. So I probably get 30 feet now, or maybe a little more than that. Here's the cymbal that I'm going to do. And here's the trigger, like I said, $6 trigger or so, maybe 12 for a pair. Some electrical tape, this little bolt that you need. You can get a little smaller one too, actually, and make it tighter. But I had this around. So here we go. All right, so you put the stripping on the edge of the cymbal, wrap it all the way around, cut it to size, you know, just try to cut that so it's as tight and close as possible on this end when you get them together. And it's really not that hard. Okay, so I have a little gap there, but that's okay. I'll bring that together and then put some electrical tape to hold it on. Like I said, you could glue this on, but I'm gonna still just tape it on for now. It should be fine. And then decide long-term what I'm gonna do about attaching that. The other thing I was saying earlier about the side, when you hit this and it's the same volume as the rubber cymbal, you could actually add another piece of rubber. I don't know whether it would be maybe a flat piece that you could actually put like a normal trigger cymbal has, and then have like a spot where you could hit it and not have that tink sound. But it may sound natural with the sounds, you know, it may actually sound fine, but I don't know yet for sure. Okay, so I got the rubber stripping on. Let's flip it over and put the rest of it together. So I'm just using this electrical tape to fill the gap right here and hold that together. It wants to hold on anyway, and as long as it's not pulling from this end, it won't come off very easy. So you can try it this way before you actually do any glue or anything like that. I wouldn't go to that extreme if you can avoid it. That way you can always use them, like I said, for regular low volume cymbals, and just pull that off without having a bunch of crap all over the cymbal or totally screwing them up. Like I said, the trigger has peel off adhesive, and once you put this on, it's gonna pretty much stay anyway. But that's why I put some extra tape on it, just to be sure, and added that Velcro on top of it. If I want to ruggedize it more, I could probably put even, you know, something more extreme on there to hold it still, but it's probably gonna be fine. But just in case, my drummer, he's a freaking animal, so we gotta make sure it's indestructible as possible. Okay, the bolt is through the cymbal like that. See it? Yep. On the other side, and then just put a bolt on top of it, tighten it down, and then that'll be in place. And then I just put some tape on top of all this. And put some tape on top of all this with the strain relief on it. It's got an adhesive strain relief right here. You put that down over here and pull it back, and you'll be set. Okay. I don't have it on here super tight. That's why I taped it down. I mean, you could tighten this down as much as you can, but remember that's like a really rubber plastic thing, and it's probably not going to take a ton of torque, so you got to be careful with that. And that, when you put that adhesive on there, is super strong. So I don't even know that I need to put tape over that, but I'm doing it anyway. And that's basically it. I'm gonna ruggedize this right quick and put that strain relief on and tape it all down. And that's basically all there is to this. All right, tape down with the bolt coming through the cymbal and locking it down, and then you've got the strain relief over here and then the trigger over there, and I'm going to put tape on top of that, and I'm going to put a piece of Velcro across the top of this, a little bit more ruggedizing. But basically, you know, if you can come up with better ways to make sure this doesn't move around, that's a good idea. Of course, when you put this on the actual cymbal stand, you've got to make sure it doesn't move, so you tighten it down just like you do any electronic cymbal, totally still. Cannot, you know, flex or move too much because it'll double trigger. But that's basically how you build one, and we're set to go. Let me know if you have any questions. Like and subscribe. Rock on. Well, I had to go get some more edge stuff for the cymbals, and I found this door edge guard at AutoZone. And this stuff is cool. It actually works. It's clear too, so you can barely see it on the cymbal. And it's got some adhesion inside of it. So I don't think I'm going to use any tape, except for underneath for the trigger. But that's another option for the outside. $6 for that. But that's a pretty small cymbal that it covered. So that's going to have to get a few of those if you're going to do maybe 4 or 5 if you're going to do a number of cymbals.